Dwayne, you've had the chance now to reflect on the weekend's performance. Where do you think that match was lost?
Probably our inability to score in the opposition 22. I think that we obviously had 12 entries into the 22 and didn't come away with many points, and I think that, you know, one is credit. I thought their maul defence and their defensive effort was very good. I thought they, you know, from a physical standpoint, they were good in that area, and we couldn't manage to, you know, to get over the line. And I think that in games like that, they're obviously really important parts of the game, that you get scores in the opposition 22. I felt, and obviously I thought we left them in for some soft ones really in the second half as well. And you know, you need to take your points. I think we had 2 line breaks in the first half, which we could have converted. We didn't. They converted theirs, you know. And I think that, you know, ultimately our inability to get over the line in the 22 cost us the game. You know, I thought they were very good on the day, Munster. I thought they were physical. They carried well against us. And defensively, I thought they were, you know, very physical as well. But post-match, I was pretty disappointed. But looking on reflection of the game, I think there's areas we can improve, definitely. So yeah, we need to work hard for this week and make sure that we get better this week. The reality for us is we've got a small squad, you know, and I think that number of internationals returning as well. So getting them up to speed as well into the games. And yeah, so look, that is the nature of the beast for us. Unfortunately, with a smaller squad, you have to manage it the best you can. Having the likes of Max Douglas, Henry Thomas, Johnny Williams, we're having not much preparation to the game as well. I think that has an effect in the big picture, because, you know, we obviously had 2 late withdrawals in the week with Jack and Lousy in the second rows, so which obviously meant that Max started that game, where, you know, the reality is he could have done with 20-30 minutes before in that game and play, but that, you know, that's the nature of where we are with a smaller squad. So you have to, you know, do you need a bit of luck? Do you have to ride your luck a bit? Maybe, but I think that for us, you know, it's getting better this week really, and you know, the more rugby those guys get, the better we'll play.
Blair Murray's try gave us a sort of glimpse of what we can expect from an all-international Wales backline. I mean, how exciting is it that you can pick
yeah
like that?
Yeah, look, I think from, you know, on paper, I think our backline is, you know, is very good, and I think that you know, like some Max Page coming off the bench, you know, it's international quality. Johnny coming off the bench, obviously Dane coming off the bench as well. So I think we've got some real quality in the back line. You know, the trick for us, obviously the elements are a bit against us on Saturday as well with a lot of rain, but I think the more we can get exciting players on the ball, the better the spectacle and the better we'll be as a team. So that's definitely the aim going into this week. Obviously Galway is notorious for windy weather as it is, and I think there's a storm coming in as well, so it's we'll see if we can get the ball in to those wider channels this week. But yeah, that's the aim for us, and you know, it's great. A lovely try obviously from Blair.
I think what's quite exciting is that most of them, Gareth Davies aside, that they're really young men, so you've got massive potential there in sort of seasons to come. Yeah,
and that's part of our recruitment process as well. I think that, you know, we want young guys here that can flourish with this team and grow with this team, and yeah, so I think like it's exciting for us, obviously for them as well, play with each other, and I think in years to come they obviously get to know each other very well, and you know, they're probably a year into their development now, and as we've seen through the course of this year, a number of them become international rugby players. Blair, like so Ellis, Tommy really has put his stamp on his Wales selection as well. So it's great for us to see really, but you know, looking forward to, I think there's much more to come from them. And
a word on the old boy then, Gareth Davies, 18th season for the Scarlets. I mean, what a servant he's been for this club.
Yeah, brilliant. I think, you know, he's the ultimate professional really. You know, he works hard in training and wants to compete. You know, and I think that's probably testament to his preparation and what he does off the field. You know, he's it's an amazing servant. Really think that he's 18th season in now, so it's, you know, it's great to have him as well. But you know, we've got to manage him a bit more than what probably we did, but not too much. You know, he still wants to compete hard. He still wants to get out there. He doesn't miss many training sessions, so it's great.
I didn't ask, how's the state of the squad?
Yeah, we've obviously got a few injuries picked up over the weekend as well, which you know, obviously tests a small squad. That's the honest truth of it. Losing Sam probably was a big one for us, and Kemsley were two big ones for us before the game last week. I think that that has a big effect because they're two good players for us. You know, and like I've said, the likes of Max Douglas stepping up then and playing longer than maybe we'd have anticipated. You know, is you know, it's tough for him, but yeah, so those two aren't available, and we've lost Josh this week as well. So you know, he's a great captain for us, and you know, sorely missed, but it's an opportunity for Dan and Jared to step up in that slot, and I'm sure they'll do a good job for us.
After Connacht, you've got 3 tough South African sides. I mean, how important is it that you try and get some points on the board this weekend?
It is important, undoubtedly. I think the big thing for us is that we go out there and perform the way we can, and I think that the rest of it will look after itself. Connacht have been on a good run of form really the last couple of weeks. You know, I've seen their pre-season games. They've obviously got Stuart Lancaster back involved now, and yeah, they look a good unit, so it's going to be a tough opposition for us, undoubtedly. But for us, it's about going out there and improving on what we did last week, and if we can do that continuously, you know, we won't be far away. You know, one thing about last week is I think we finished the game fairly strong. You know, it was a very, very physical game in terms of physical outputs. It was one of the biggest collision games that we've had in a number of years. So for us, yeah, maybe the guys haven't had too much rugby, some of them, but I felt that they finished the game strong. You know, there's plenty for us to work on, obviously, but we'll take some confidence in that and go and have a go at Connacht in their own patch this week.